love it. All sports, double coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sauce, and we're back, episode 86, after a big weekend. Recovered, Saucy?
Recovered. It was massive. It was massive. It was really heartwarming and brilliant to see. Nonetheless, the Hobby Hangout down in Melbourne was a huge event. Obviously, well organized. We'll speak a bit more about it in Hobby Talk, so stick around for that in the second half of the show. But yeah, other than that, I'm well. Doma, yourself, how are you doing, mate?
I am so excited for tonight's episode, Sauce. You don't understand. I am so excited. But on the basis of what happened last week on our show, I'm just hoping we get the same old band that we usually get, mate, jumping in on the live chat, because we've got some things in store. There is 2 Le Mans today, Sauce, and one of them could be going to someone that's in the Double Coverage family. It's a first. I can't believe I'm saying this, Sauce, but it's a first. It's going to happen. It's a mini Le Mans. You're going to get a little mini Le Mans. Then there's going to be a big one. We've got NBA, EPL, F1 news. AFL is back on the cards. Just a few things to report there. UFC, Le Mans of the week, Hobby Talk. Wrap it all up with Saucy Smokey. Let's get into it, Sauce. Could be quick and easy, rapid fire up until Hobby Talk by the looks of things, I reckon, tonight. All-Star Weekend. Thoughts? Contest was good.
Yeah, look. Oh, mate, come on, mate. Look, I seen a funny tweet. It was, Zach Levine and Aaron Gordon, you ruined it for us all, which, sums it up, because, you go back to those dunk contests with Zach Levine, Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks that they did was just literally stuff that you do in 2K. And no one can live up to that. And everything just feels so disappointing since that point. So, look, it is becoming a bit gimmicky, the dunk contest, but the 3-point contest was good. Shout out Matt's Card Shop on IG, obviously put in his story the day before the 3-point contest. Cat looks like good value, $13 to win the 3-point contest. And he took a little cheeky something on it himself. And would you know, the big fella won, shooting 40% from 3 this year, nonetheless, and a 40% 3-point shooter over his career. So he's got ice in his veins. We know he can shoot it from the outside. He just obviously, when it comes to the inside game, he does get a little bit dominated, and that's probably where he lacks a little bit. But we won't talk about that. It's all about the 3-point contest, and it was good to see.
Matty's Matty Ice at the moment, just nailing everything. You pick that one. He picked the Rams to win the Super Bowl. He's untouchable at the moment, Sauce. Old Matty Ice. So
I know.
Dunk contest was shit. I agree. 3-point contest was good. The skills challenge was good fun. The rookie challenge was good, with the 4 teams that compared against each other. The All-Star game was meh. It was okay. Obviously, Stephen Curry put on a show. Backstory behind that also, he was going for a record and trying to just win it all. There was a reason behind it all for Stephen Curry. $180K he raised, Sauce, $1,000 for every point, $3,000 donated for every 3, and $10,000 if he won the All-Star MVP. So that was out of his own pocket to a charity of his choice.
Brilliant.
Fantastic stuff by the chef, because he was absolutely cooking. He was dropping bombs. Absolute bombs, mate. It was amazing to watch. Overall, it was good. Halftime in that game, they celebrated the NBA 75, which was fantastic. They got everyone that was that they could there on court, front and center. Sorry, for everyone to applaud. It was fantastic to see some of the greats in there. Some that obviously have passed. They had a tribute to them on the screen. Some that obviously couldn't be there in person, but they were also up on the screen, like Timmy Duncan saying hello, and Bill Russell, which is fantastic. But it's great to see guys like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale. It was awesome to see some of these players, mate, walking up there. And of course, the biggest ovation of them all, the GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. Everyone just lost their marbles when he was there in person, went up there and did what he did. Spent some time with Dennis Rodman, who rocked up in a hoodie and put his jacket over the top. Just typical Dennis Rodman sauce. Everyone's dressed in their suits. I love it. I love it because that's who he is, and he doesn't change for anybody. And I love that. That's him. He goes, why the fuck am I going to change for you? This is me. So I love it. I love Dennis Rodman. So the festivities were fantastic, and props to the NBA. They did a great job with that sauce. So yeah. It's pretty much it for an All-Star weekend.
The anthem got a little couple of chuckles out of the players. I'm not sure if you caught that. It was a bit of the rendition. I don't know what they do. They sort of like the I don't know. They just within 1 year they had Iggy Azalea or something done. Crazy.
Fergie was the worst one. Oh man, they could not stop laughing.
Remember that?
It was great. In other news as well, just a quick one. Sauce Harden is set to play on Friday. He's debuting for the 76ers, so stay tuned for that. Matty Tabe, lovely to meet you on Sunday. Sorry, it was fantastic. So hope the trip was very nice on the way back. But great man, you mate. It was awesome. Hopefully you had some mint pickups at the show. Next up, Sauce, we've got some EPL action. If it wants I'm actually in a good mood this week, Sauce, for once. So, obviously, last Wednesday for the podcast in the morning, we beat Brighton 2-0, so I was happy about that. 1-1 West Ham and Newcastle. Then we had City losing to Spurs 3-2 in the 95th minute, which was even better. Harry Kane scoring some goals. Southampton beat Everton. Smashed them. Donny van de Beek was the best player on a losing team for Everton. No comment, Sauce. No comment. That's all I'm saying. But I can't really go in on the CDMs at United because the fan favourite of mine and Mitchie scored, and I'll get to that. Liverpool 3-1. Chelsea beat Palace 1-0. Burnley beat Brighton 3-0. Watford defeated Villa 1-0. Arsenal 2-1. Winners over Brentford. Did you catch this game, Sauce?
No, I didn't catch the game, but I watched the highlights. Look
all right.
We scored 2, and held on at home. Did what we needed to do. I didn't actually catch the game, but it's a game that the way we're going against Brentford at home, you expect to win. It doesn't matter you win 2-1 or 1-0, as long as you get the win and get the 3 points.
Definitely. Wolves 2-1 over Leicester. Matty loved that one. I'll take Matty Ice. No worries, bro. I'm all over it.
He's on fire, mate, with the cat call.
Yeah, you're killing him, mate.
The Super Bowl call from the preseason. So not too bad, Matty. You got to talk it up when you get it right. Of course, you got to be happy about it.
Exactly right.
When you get them wrong, don't worry, we'll let you know as well.
Well, that's what we do. And then Monday morning, Wolves beat Leicester 2-1. And then, of course, United beat Leeds 4-2. We're up 2-0, Sauce. And then they kicked 2 goals in 1 minute. Literally 2 goals in 1 minute.
Let's have a look.
It was like the 46th and 47th minute or something.
There was big orbit head on the score sheet, 34th minute.
But the one that matters, Sauce, the one that matters is right there. I shit you not. I've been bagging the guy for the whole season. And then in the 70th minute, I actually celebrated and was yelling out Alfredo in the house. I was actually yelling, Alfredo! I was going crazy, mate, when he kicked the goal. He got on the score. I lost my marbles. You don't understand. I wish we were on stream for it, mate. He's literally become a cult hero for me at that club. Mitchie absolutely despises the guy. I saw him. But
if he's got the score sheet, he was kicking goals.
Mitchie came up to me, Sauce. Mitchie came up to me. He goes, "Would you be interested in a United jersey signed, authenticated?" I go, "Who's on there?" He's like, "Ollie, this guy, that guy." Goes, "Fred on there, Mitchie?" He goes, "Why the fuck would I have Fred signing this top?" Bro, I started pissing myself. It was so funny. So Alfredo on the score sheet. got us back in front, and then Alanga finished it off 4-2. Good win. Hard game, mate. It was Sauce. It was literally raining sideways. The second half, they were every time they passed the ball or run, the puddles of water. It was crazy. It was actually crazy. Let's go to this week's games. Burnley Spurs, Watford Palace, Liverpool Leeds, Arsenal Wolves, Southampton Norwich, Leeds Spurs, Brentford Newcastle, Brighton Villa, Palace Burnley, United Watford, Everton City, West Ham Wolves, and then next Wednesday morning, Burnley Leicester Sauce. Champions League?
There is some Champions League tomorrow, Doma.
Yep.
We've got Chelsea versus Lille and Villarreal versus Juventus. So that will be interesting to see. And then also the following day, Atletico Madrid against your boys, United. So that's a game that Dom will be trying to catch, hopefully.
Well, I can't catch it.
Thursday morning. Oh, there we go. I might have to catch it and give you an update. And then you got Benfica against Ajax. So, yeah, interesting there. There is also some midweek games for the EPL. So I think Doma did read those out. But yeah, also you can catch those on Thursday morning, Australian time.
And just a few other, just a couple shout outs, all right, Sauce, that I have to give. You were there in person on Saturday, and we watched Avondale take on Bentley Greens in their first game, and they got a W. Sauce, you got the full experience of a regular season game of me behind the goals, which was good. But also a few of the characters, I'm going to call them characters, they know who they are, that are at the game. Very funny, very entertaining. Great win by the boys. Few guys injured on ice at the moment. So 5 starters, I think, out of that team. So to put a performance like that against Bentley Greens, 3-1, fantastic stuff. And another shout out. I know we don't talk A-League.
Bit of local football here. Bit of local soccer.
But the fact that I know the guy, I have to give him a shout out. So Nishan Villapille for Melbourne Victory comes on, assisted, and scored in the 95th minute or 93rd minute for Victory to get him the win over the weekend. Fantastic stuff. It was amazing. And also another shout out, I think it was for Wellington. Was it Wellington? The scorpion kick. Did you see the scorpion kick goal, Sauce?
Yeah. Ben Garuccio.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
So you're getting a bit of love from us, A-League. So you're not on the agenda yet. You might slowly weasel your way into it. But
there was once A-League cards, Doma, and there was a guy on the weekend selling a Archie Thompson patch auto. He wanted $450, mate. I would have told him to keep dreaming, mate. Think about the quality NBA guys and get $450. So I mean, no offense. I mean, that is his price. So I'm not going to. But it would be interesting to see what happens. Whether there is a comeback or resurgence for cards for A-League. Maybe there is someone to pick up a license.
Yeah, Bruno Fornaroli, mate. He's rookie at Melbourne Heart. Was it Melbourne Heart at the time? Or were they Melbourne City still? Mate, he dominated that season. He was so good. He killed it. Maybe Del Piero. Was there a Del Piero Sydney FC card?
I think there was.
It's a nice little card to have.
Pretty sure there was.
In the PC, if you like Del Piero.
I've seen him on eBay.
There you go. All right, Sauce. That is it for the soccer. On to F1 news. I've got some interesting things to talk about, all right? Few interesting things. Obviously, Lando Norris he signed a contract extension with McLaren, and he's openly said that he had interest from rival teams, which is good. Just shows that he is a world-class driver. Now, a few cars have come out during the week. As you would have seen, I've been sharing it in our story. I'm going to share this up here. This is upcoming this week, so pay attention to some of this stuff. Obviously, we'll share it in the socials. We had the Alpine launch, which was today. I'm going to show you that in a second. And this was also today. Preseason session day 1. Got to see the cars out on the track. Preseason session day 2 is tomorrow. Thursday. Preseason session day 3, Friday. Alfa Romeo launch on Sunday. A few interesting things there, which is pretty cool. But This one sauce. I'm going to just take this down here because I don't know if you've seen it or not. So Alpine, surprisingly sauce, the word on the street is that they are the team to watch this season. Now, there's a lot of ambiguity around this season because the cars have all changed. So we're not, honestly, I'm praying that it's not going to be just Red Bull and Mercedes and it's just going to be open slather for every team. And we might get a few surprises, except for Haas. They're shit. They got no chance. I'm calling that right now. But if there's a team that has zero chance, it's them. If they actually get a pole source, like get on a podium, we'll come up with a dare or something and I'll do it. But I'm that confident it's not going to happen unless every car crashes. So
I'm not going to say it's a big call because they are pretty shit. So
they are terrible. All right. But you're going to like this. This is the livery for Alpine for this year, Source. This is what they've come up with for their car design. It's a pretty good looking car, if you ask me.
Can you extend that? There's a bit of a thing there at the top there, top right corner.
Oh, yeah, there is two here. This is their car. Now, I saw this morning, and I was like, shit, that looks good. There you go. Now,
so what's the standard across the field that has to be standard? Is it to do with the engine specifications or?
Yeah, so the engines have changed and stuff. If you can see here, the grille at the front's changed. The wing at the back is obviously a lot smaller, slimmer. It's changed. The intake here has changed. The suspension here on the wheels has also changed. The guards, can you see these guards here, Source?
Yeah.
There's like a guard over the tire. Obviously, the tire sizes have changed. They're a lot bigger as well. There you go. A lot bigger. Originally, the tires were big on the front and big on the back and a bit smaller on the front. And now it's just proportionate across the board. It's a lot sleeker, the car. As you can see here, the wing, it's a lot smaller. It's got that curvature in it up there. Very nice design. The flooring's a lot different. See how the guards come out here? They flare out. There's a lot of stuff that's very different about these cars. It could be open to anything, Source. So they're talking up Alpine. Now, one of your favorite drivers, who is a two-time world champion, drives for Alpine, and that's Fernando Alonso. If you want to be a dark horse, you want to be a dark horse with a two-time world champion as one of your drivers. Simple as that.
What needs to be done.
All right. He knows what needs to be done. Now, to make it even better, Source, the first two races, they're running with the Mercedes Light livery from 2 years ago, the Racing Point Pink. So I don't know if they're going to rip out whatever Mercedes' car is for this year for these first two races and then go to their stock standard car. Because this is the pink they had in the Racing Point, which obviously, as you know, 2 seasons ago, Source, there was a controversy because there was literally one part that was shaved a bit onto an 82-degree angle, and that got them clearance from the FIA, when it was pretty much they just put the Mercedes car from 2019 on the track. So it's very funny. So this actually looks really good as well in the pink.
So let's see how this pans out. It'd be funny if it's something similar. They've done something similar.
No way. All the cars will be different. They've all got different things and different specs, and I like them. I really like the designs. I like the liveries on the car. It's really awesome, man. Really, really awesome. Adam, how you going? Yes, Netflix releases Drive to Survive on the 11th of March. So 2 weeks away from that, which is awesome. And it was great seeing you, Adam, on Sunday. Obviously made the trip down from Sydney. See him in person. He dropped off something to us in person as well, which we'll reveal on in Hobby Talk. I think we've shown it before in Hobby Talk for a segment, but we'll reveal it, the physical item in hand. All right, so that's F1 news. AFL, I can't believe it. AFL season is literally
back around. It's around the
corner.
That's
3 weeks away, Source. Or
3 weeks away. Yeah, we'll have to put it on the agenda. Obviously, practice matches are coming up. I mean, I got told tomorrow. The Dons are having a practice intra-club match down at the hangar. They've invited the fans down to come watch.
Oh, what
So-
a waste of time.
So, mate, got to go down there and get my 1-of-1 Tip and Woody signed, mate.
You should actually go down there.
Yeah, well, you actually think I'm joking, but I'd
No, I
actually
know
do
you're
that.
going to go down. Yeah, why not?
Mate, 1-of-1 Tip and Woody, mate.
Yo, James, what's happening? Yeah, 100%. And the card, Adam, he's actually talking about your custom that you did for him, the Tip and Woody custom you did for Sauce. He's going to get it signed by Tip and Woody. That's his plan.
I'm going to try.
He's going to try. There's a few interesting things, Sauce. There's a few things on the like here, a bit of news. Bombers lock in their leaders. So you've got McGrath, Heppel, and Merritt. Thoughts on these blokes in your leadership group?
Yeah, look, probably the right decision. Not going to
McGrath's
lie.
a gun, bro.
Yeah, McGrath's definitely the next in line. I think McGrath will merit. But yeah, look, just got to trust the club's judgment in that. I think it's not the time yet for Heppel to give up his captaincy. I think he's playing a bit of a different role now. So mentoring a few of the younger guys and stuff. So he is still a leader. So yeah, not too phased with the choice.
A few other things. My boys here. So Aaron Hall is out with an injury at the moment. So we won't have him. He averaged 27.1 disposals a game last year, Source, of halfback for North. He's a butcher, but besides the point. And then obviously Jed Anderson, we're not going to have him at the moment because I know we don't talk about this, but I don't even know if I can say the actual word because we get banned off social media and our account gets deleted. But the thing that goes in your arm for the certain thing that's been happening in the last 2 years, he hasn't got it. So he can't play at the moment, as well as this guy up here, Darling, as well. So Eagles don't know if they can play him because they need some clarity there. Same with North on Jed Anderson. So there's a few players in this situation. As you know, I'm not going to get into intricacies. I just want to make it obvious. So I just want to point out the obvious. Obviously, Liam Jones retired because of this same situation earlier towards the late last year. So it is what it is. It's going to be interesting to see the decision made by the AFL regarding this. I'm not talking about it on this podcast. Maybe in the next podcast we do, which will be coming up pretty soon, the new pod, which we actually, we'll give you a bit of a tease into that, which is pretty cool. Coleman Medal, Mackay, injured Source, Sam Walsh, injured. Big things expected for the Blues as well this year. So, not a good start. Your goal kicker's gone, and your best midfielder's
preseason
gone.
games. The preseason games, which I always say, don't read too much into the preseason games, but yeah, it's not a good start to the season when some of your best players are already injured.
Bring on Blue Abroad 2022.
Thank you.
Straight out.
Bring them on.
I don't even watch my own fan cam stuff. I don't even think Sauce watches his own fan cam stuff for Essendon, but we watch Carlton's fan cam stuff.
I do lunchtime catch up podcast. Shout out to them. I do listen to that.
You do?
I don't occasionally. But
North
Blue
Melbourne's
Abroad is on another level, mate. They do the lives, they do the live
elite.
watches, they do the mate, and it gets going, and they do the post game. People getting up on the stream yard there. It's unreal. It's probably, as I say, the number one fan channel in Australia for AFL. In my
100%, hands down. Zachary, we are well. You haven't missed too much. A bit of NBA stuff. EPL discussion, Champions League, a bit of F1 news, AFL currently. But the best is yet to come. Don't you worry. The best is yet to come. So that's pretty much it for the AFL. Like I said, we'll be talking about stuff as it pops up. Supercoach won't happen on here. As Source and I have said, there's about 4 million Supercoach podcasts out there, and I don't want to be another one of those Supercoach podcasts. So As simple as that.
I'll be honest with you guys. I don't have time to play Supercoach. Oh man, when I used to do it vigorously in when I was in uni, and I used to do it for money leagues, it just took up so much of my time looking into break evens and understanding the statistics behind it, because you can really get real analytical, and that's how you're actually very successful.
I might bring it up, Source. I might bring up my team on a weekly basis if people want to see what I'm actually doing.
Yeah,
I might
definitely
do that, but I'm not going in the ins and outs. You know,
well, if you're going to have it, you might as well run a league to see if there's anyone out there that wants to be in a league, right?
That's a good
Start
point.
a league.
Actually,
if you're going to have a team, regardless, I'm not going to play.
You speak a lot of sense.
But make a league for the double coverage family out there that wants to be involved in Supercoach. So we may as well do it. Get in our Discord for any details. We can have a Supercoach little channel there if people want to have a chat about it as well. So make sure you check out our Discord. The link is in the bio. I think that link works, Doma. I hope it does.
Fuck, I'd hope so. You might have to check that. Actually, I'll check that. No, I'll check it. Because I'm about to move on to UFC. Maddie says Supercoach is the best, but it does get you sucked in at a sports card level, and it does make you watch every game if you have money involved. 100%. On the money. On the absolute money. Saucy, on to UFC, and then we go to very exciting Le Mans.
UFC, wasn't it Dos Anjos? Johnny Walker versus Jamal Hill was the main event. I've done that last week as well. I'll bring it up. We'll go through the main card. You had Joaquin Buckley defeating Abdul Razak Al Hassan, middleweight division, third round decision. Lightweight Jim Miller KO second round against Nicholas Motta in the lightweight. A heavyweight Parker Porter defeated Alan Bordeaux, third round decision. Catchweight, I have no idea what that weight class is. I don't think that might be a new weight class. Round one submission, Kyle Dauskas against Jamie Pickett. And now, look, I'm going to stop here because this is the fight I actually watched. Because I generally find a replay of the main fight if I'm not too interested in some of the other ones. And I'll tell you, I only had to switch it on for 2 minutes and 55 seconds because Jamal Hill hit Johnny Walker with one of the most cleanest overhand right hooks you will ever see. Hit him straight on the temple. And if you haven't seen this knockout, go check it out. I think ESPN shared it across their socials. So, you'll be able to find it in their page, ESPN MMA. Check it out on IG. Actually, if they do have it on IG, I'll bring it down. I'll see if they do have it. We might even be able to give a little sneaky play and just show people here what exactly it was. The knockout, because I know they shared it on the Twitter.
Oh, it was a big that was a big hit. Yeah, there it is. Is that it? Nah, they've got
they don't show the whole clip. Anyway, I think you can find it. I know it was shared on Facebook.
It was massive.
The knockout. It was just crazy. It was crazy. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go find the replay. It was just unreal the way that Johnny Walker just went down.
Go to Official Sports Palace. They usually have all that shit source on Insta. Is it Official Sports Place? Yeah, that's a Palace place.
Yeah, they got all-star stuff. All-star. It's all no and NFL stuff. Yeah, nah. All right. But yeah, definitely go see that because I just wanted to try. I wish I had that organized earlier. I would have definitely bring it up because it was one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen. But nonetheless, we have another fight night this weekend. It's Islam Makhachev against Bobby Green in the catchweight. It's main event, co-main event. Misha Serkinov against Wellington Turman middleweight division. And then obviously there is the other main card fights and the prelims. Prelims kick off from 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. And main card kicks off from 11 a.m. So this Sunday, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, there is another main event. But Doma, it's the week after that we really,
next week's preview is going to be large. It's going to be large.
It's going to be
next
big.
Week's preview. Very big. All right, Sauce. We've flown through this. 30 minutes in. We're up to hobby talk. It's Le Mans of the Week time, first and foremost. Now, as I said at the top of the show, Sauce, there's a little mini Le Mans. The mini LeBron's actually going to be going to Cleveland or something, and then he's going to leave Lakers. We should have maybe spoken about it. We'll speak about LeBron next week. But the mini Le Mans is going to someone in the double coverage fam. Now, this person has no idea that he's copping it. And he's a good sport, and he's actually one of our biggest supporters, and he's been listening to us for so long, and he's probably going to love this, but I have to give it to him. Straight out. Comes from a good place. Now, it was quite an intense day, Sauce, I would say, on Sunday. Quite intense. All right. And we spoke to the person at the Hobby Hangout. We had a good chat. And he wanted to know what we're doing after it. And we said, well, we haven't organized anything because we got to go home and unload and do all that stuff. So, anyway, we're told to go to Kicks Bar. Joe, how you going? Yeah, so we're told to go to Kicks Bar, Sauce. All right. And that's fine. And put it in our cardboard chat, which we should invite him in there. I don't know why he's not in there, but I'll put him in there. And it just got, I don't know, we got held up. We were messaging that we're making our way in, and we thought everything was good, and parked the car, Sauce, on Elizabeth Street. We just roll up the stairs. Of course, Matty Cams is in there, mate, which is good. Good to see Matty Cams. Share a beer with him. We'd spend the day with him pretty much on the Saturday too at the Cherry Trade Day, which was good.
Yep.
We love spending time with Matty Cams. And we said to Matty, oh, yeah, where's everyone? And Matty Cams replied to us. What did he reply? We're the only three here, mate. And I said,
yeah.
I said, no,
that's
you're
it.
joking.
I just got here and we're the only three here.
So I was like, okay, better get some investigating going here, Sauce. I said, get some investigating. So sending out a few text messages to the person. All right. Anyway, funnily enough, we're there talking. The boys from PS Grading, Platinum Grading, Brett and Chris, they come in. Lovely fellas. Met them for the first time at the show. They've watched and listened to the show before, and we just had a really good discussion. I can touch on it a bit more in Hobby Talk in a second. But anyway, we're chatting away, talking about the day, how it was. I'm waiting for this response. The message isn't going through. It's ticking away. Time's ticking away. Anyway, my phone lights up. Notification. Facebook Messenger. I get in there. All right. I'm not going to read the exact message, but I'll paraphrase it. All right. The person in question went to the venue post-show. So the show finished at 4:30. We got there at 7. All right.
When I heard this, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
We told him, Sauce, we have to go home and unpack. Right. So he went there.
We got there at 7. We got there at 7.
It
wasn't that late.
It wasn't that late. He said he played a bit of pool. So that takes up time, Sauce. Played a bit of pool. Had a few bevs. Yeah. I'm not sure if they had a feed, but for the point of giving the Le Mans, had a feed. And he said that no one rocked up, so he left. Now listen, I love you dearly, and you probably never thought that these words would be coming out of Saucy's mouth. It's not going to be as loud. It's a mini Le Mans. But global sports cards, global. Everyone in the chat knows exactly who this person is. You can give him a heap for it. I'm surprised he's not in at the moment. I think Wednesdays is he blanks out the time on a Wednesday to listen to us, and obviously we're here on a Tuesday. So he's probably shattered he's not copping this in person. But global, we love you. But for that act, you, sir, R.A.
A lemon.
It's a mini Le Mans.
Mini lemon. Because we love you, man. And we don't want to.
Yeah.
We want you to. Right. We want you to just take this in the most nicest way possible. But
all right. The real Le Mans this week.
Wait, hang on, but when I crossed you at the show, this is what was happening. We said, yeah, we're coming down there. We're coming down there. And we got down there and you weren't there. And
He's in the running to win this.
You're in the running. You're in the running. I don't
Adam,
he's in witness protection program.
Unbelievable.
All right, Doma. That's not the only lemon we have this week. We've got another one.
The actual lemon sauce is going to a person that the person blew you away this week, sauce.
Blew me away. When I watched this video, I went back that far back on my chair. I flipped off. Hurt my elbow, flipping off my chair. That's how insanely crazy what I heard came out of this guy's mouth. I couldn't believe it. Doma, run us in, and then I'll.
Okay. This is a very well-known person source in the hobby. And I couldn't believe what my ears were hearing. Seriously. They were almost to the point that they almost started bleeding when you were saying some of the stuff that you were saying to me. Anyway, this person, he makes videos that, listen, James, I'm just going to be straight up with you, all right? I can't give a genuine lemon Goldberg the lemon of the week every week. It's just unfair on the rest of the competition. When you're a genuine lemon, you can't just be nominated every week.
Oh, we ain't got one. Ah, yeah, just put Goldberg on again. Yeah, just put Goldberg.
No, we love Goldie. He's good. He's good. But listen, this person is in front of the camera a lot, talking about bounties on cards, upcoming product review, and what he thinks is going to be the next best thing. Now, Source, the next best thing is what caught you off guard. What was it? It's a release from this year's range.
He's gone in front, done his little spills that he does to his followers on Instagram, gets in front, holds up the Flux, the new release Flux, and says the Titan Super Sort print Titan in this Flux is the new age PMG and is going to age the way that PMGs from the 90s have aged. Doma, I literally dropped my phone and nearly fell off my chair. Literally. I could not believe that this man, Mr. C. Blez himself, C. Blez Sports Cards, you know who this is.
Let's go.
Has said this. You have no idea. They're not even numbered. Yes, they're super short print, but we actually can't even work out how many are actually printed. So how do we know this? PNGs are numbered. Different era. I don't think it's comparable. To say that is ridiculous. To say that think about this, Doma. We went to the Hobby Hangout. What did everyone have? Flux. It was everywhere, mate. Flux. Why? Why is it everywhere?
Because you can't sell it.
Right? Why? I'm not hating on that thing, but I'm not hating on Flux. If you're a person you like Flux, I like that marquee card out of Chronicles. Bizarre. People hate it. That's just something I like, right? I'm not saying.
Is this what you're talking about?
Against that? Yes, it's those Titan. I think that's crazy talk. Absolutely crazy talk. To say that. For that, C. Blezel, brother, you, sir, are a lemon. That was my best Pavarotti rendition of the lemon. I really gave it some.
Well
I
done,
had a bit of
Blazey.
scotch before, so I warmed up the throat, warmed up the lungs, got it going.
Manny, seriously, first and foremost, Manny and I have been speaking a lot, but Manny, first and foremost, why the fuck are you still awake? Because it's like 4:30 in the morning.
Maybe it's what time he gets up.
No, he goes, oh, it's 3. He saw the my story this morning. He goes, "Oh, that's about 3 a.m. my time. So that's at 7 o'clock. It's now 8:30. So it's like, what are you doing up?" And his comment is throwing shade at me because last week I kept saying that all Tops products are shit. Every time I'd say something, I was just like, because it was shit. Because it's shit. Don't buy it because it's shit. So he's it's a shade at me. I love it. And you know what? I'll take that criticism and I'll put it on record again. So far, do not buy any F1 products from Tops that have been released at the moment because it's shit. I'm putting it out there. I'll say it again. There you go. Manny said you woke him up with the amazing voice, Sauce. There you go. Very
Thanks,
nice. All right, Sauce. Let's move on to Hobby Talk. Now, we were asked by Western Cards in our Discord to think
Yep.
of 3 things from the Hobby Hangout as a bit of a review. So, to be honest, it's pretty hard for 3 things. But Sauce, I want you to start Hobby Hangout. I know you got something special planned for this segment. So, give us your thoughts,
Look,
mate.
number one is just obviously meeting for us doing the podcast personally, for us meeting people coming past our table, going, I put you on while I'm concreting at work and I listen to you guys and I'm commute a lot to work and I listen to your podcast, this and that. Like, it's really heartwarming. It's really, it gives us encouragement to keep doing this because there's people out there that, take time out of their day, whether it means that, they don't have to listen to trash, Fox FM and, those trashy stations, mate. And
Lamont
put
FM.
us on, mate, and break up their day a bit. So it's, really nice to see that. What else? Overall, just we had a lot of chats to vendors. We'll have a bit more of a vlog and it's I called it a vlog on my story, but not really a vlog, but more of a chat to and a walkthrough of the event. And a bit of an interview with some of the vendors that are there. We also interviewed some patrons, so we'll get them on and sort of chop it all up. So look out for that on our YouTube channel, exclusive YouTube content. That was really good to obviously meet new people, make some deals. And then number 3, Doma. The hobby is bright. That's why I got these shades on. The hobby is bright. It's alive. First show in Melbourne, the Hobby Hangout. It was big. What can I say? It was banger. At one point, I couldn't breathe there. The first 3 hours of the show, I blinked and the first 3 hours were gone of the show.
It was so busy.
So, yeah, it was unreal. And it was just awesome to see. And, yeah, I had fun. There was a few things that I learned that I could probably do a bit better next time in organization, in just having stuff set up. But you live and you learn. And then, my advice would be to anyone attending the show, and obviously, bring your cards down, bring a case of cards down. If you've got cards that you want to trade, cards that you might want to try sell to the vendor or whatever. And make sure you've got them priced. Make sure you've looked up your comps, and it's just going to save you time. It's just going to save you time when you're looking up the comps. Instead of looking up the comps on the spot when you're trying to work out trade values and things like that. So that's definitely a tip for people and patrons going to the show, have that organized. But other than that, the show was bumper, Doma, for sure. What were your 3 things?
It was literally, it was elite, man. It was so good. First thing, this is a general consensus thing for everyone. It's what the Hobby Hangout is, what we deserve as a hobby in this country. Straight out, Source. Straight out. It's what we deserve as a hobby. It is, and I've been going to shows personally since I was like 13 years old, 12, 13 years old. It's the best show I've ever been to in this country. Revolving like purely on on cards, not just sports cards.
There was a few other things
TCG,
in there.
everything. TCG.
There
There's
was
a
some
fair bit of
comics.
TCG.
There was
There's
a
some
comic stand
comics.
in there. There was
Yeah.
also a few Funko Pops and
Yeah.
and limited edition Funkos and stuff like that as well. So it was not just totally revolved around cards, but predominantly probably you'd say 80% of it was cards, and a good chunk of it obviously basketball, and American sports. So I mean, not too much. I don't know about NFL. I didn't get to have a look around at people's tables properly.
Yeah, same.
But
It was pretty hard, but
it was bumper.
But genuinely, yeah, this is what you all deserved. I'm talking about everybody in the hobby as a whole. You all deserved it. And it was fantastic. And I hope that we can have maybe more than one hobby hangout a year in Melbourne, which would be sick. We know that we already have multiple in different states, which is fantastic. Maybe even if there is another setup type of show, for example, I don't know, whatever it's called, like the Hobby Hangout, like another company wants to do something like this. Obviously, straight out, just gonna put it up out there, source, not in competition with the Hobby Hangout. All right, in conjunction. So if the Hobby Hangout does this time of the year, you do it this time of the year. It's not a competition because us as collectors, the more shows we have, the better it is. You don't want to be going up against Hobby Hangout another one to pick and choose. This one's on the same day or the same weekend. No. They're separate things. Separate things, source.
There was even people on the socials
the merrier.
saying, "How did I miss this?" They couldn't come to the event. So obviously there was even people that wanted to come, hungry to come, and they couldn't make it. So
firstly, that's just
for sure.
Honestly, that is just the tip of the cap to Andrew and his team. Awesome stuff, man. Absolutely awesome stuff. All right. Second, I haven't forgotten about you. All right. And that is the double coverage family, first and foremost, to all the familiar faces and the unfamiliar faces that listen to the podcast, like Source said, and introduced themselves and said, "Oh, I listened to your podcast." And it was funny because we had our giveaway and then we'd scan this code over here if you want our content. We're a podcast, and they'd turn around and they're like, "Yeah, I'll listen to you." And it's like, "Oh, okay. Don't worry about scanning that one then." So as simple as that. So, but it was fantastic to meet people that we'd spoken to over socials for the last 2 years that we haven't had a chance to meet people like Adam in person, to meet people like Maddie in person, Maddie Tabe, who have come down from different states for this show. It was fantastic to meet you guys, to meet people that we have thought about reaching out to this year at some point, and people actually asking us, "Oh, yeah, we're happy to come on your podcast if you do that." Platinum Grading's one of them. So that'll get organized at some stage. Definitely those boys are going to jump on. Obviously, I don't know, Source. It's just insane. Just meeting all those people.
We met Big Esso down there.
Yeah. Big Esso was funny because Big Esso was like, "When am I coming on the show?" Straight out. And we're just like, "Oh, okay." He knew who we were, which was fucking amazing because we know who he is. So the fact that he knew who we were, it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome.
He's a legend. We took some photos with him, so we can chuck those up on the socials for sure and give him a tag. Yeah, it was just awesome. It was just awesome overall. Awesome. And we got a bit of time to go around and interview some people and have some chats with people when we walked away from our table for a bit. But ultimately, couldn't speak highly enough of Andrew and the team behind him, and his organizational skills and the way it was all set out. It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Last thing,
I don't think anyone at the show or any vendor really has a bad thing to say about what the way it was set up. Really,
no way. Source, the last thing is actually the vendors and the products, the collection of cards, the types of cards that were out there. Man, there was some crazy shit on display. Shout out, Source. All right, I'm going to rectify this. here now, all right? Because you threw me under the bus, and you're all going to see it live in this vlog, and I'm just going to clear some stuff up, all right? I try to challenge Jaden Ganino on the spot because we did ask her for an interview. She kindly accepted, and she did. She may have called us out and said, "Well, I follow you, and you didn't follow me back on Instagram." Fair enough. I thought that I followed her back, and Source was quick to pass the buck and say, "Oh, Dom's the one that's in charge of the double coverage account." Yeah, thanks, you fucking lemon. So, you know me, I've tried to put the pride of double coverage on the line. I said, "Mate, let's make a deal here, mate. I follow you." And she's like, "We're not making any deals, Dom, because I know that you don't follow me." So go to a page in front of her. And what do you know? It says follow back. And I've gone, oh, fuck. So straight out. Apologies to her. But we'll give Jaden a nice shout out because it was my favorite table there at the show. She had a blank slate, Corkins blank slate collection there. You'll see it in the vlog. You'll probably see it in a few other vlogs as well. You'll see it on her page. All BGS 9.5s.
Predominantly. I have seen the photo of these. She's got a few nines in there as well.
Nines.
So,
man,
it was a lot of 9.5s.
Crazy. It was genuinely one of the sickest things.
Yeah, it was unreal to see the whole collection together.
Bro, it was fucking crazy, man. It was actually crazy.
Females collection _NBA on IG. If you are wondering, that is her account. Go give her a follow.
But all the quality source across the board, man. It was just so cool. So cool to see some of the cards that were there. I'm going to give another shout out to the baby goat as well. If you don't know who the baby goat is in the hobby, right, that's Noah from Refresh Cards. He's the baby goat. Now, I said to him at the start of the show, the card that I picked up, it's on the socials at the moment. It's a Ronaldo mosaic, purple to 70. He had it there from the get-go, and I said, oh, shit, I might buy this. And he straight out said to me, he goes, I'll put it aside for you. And I said, Noah, no, leave it on display. You know, because I said, I need to sell some cards. You know, I don't know if it's going to be a sure thing. So you keep it out, yeah? If someone buys it. It's like stiff shit for me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The Matthew Pavlich rookie source sold. And that
while you were gallivanting around. Yeah. You came back to the table and we said, oh, we've sold you Pavlich rookie, you beauty.
I was celebrating. Anyway, I've gone over to Noah at 4:00. The show ends at 4:30. And I've gone, I want the Ronaldo. And he's like, it's available. And there's a few people there like, what Ronaldo? It's like, what Ronaldo? It's been in the freaking in his cabinet there for the whole show, in the display. And everyone's like looking through the freaking cards and trying to get all these like soccer cards. And I'm like, seriously, like that's like a steal of the show. It was he priced it on the comps. He said that to me that he priced it on the comps, and he did. It was like $60 on the comp source already, the card. He helped me out because he knows me. He's a nice fella. He's the baby goat. Someone asked me so straight out, and this is the interesting thing. Goes, why are you buying this card? And I genuinely said, I'm buying this card because regardless if it's a 2021 card, a 2019 card, a freaking 2010 card, it's numbered. It's Ronaldo, and it's going to appreciate if I want to sell it eventually. I literally said, like, we can go buy prospecting players. Like, I used the example of Mason Mount. I said, is he going to achieve 10% of what Ronaldo's done in his career? There was no answer for it. That's the thing that, and like saying that out aloud to someone, they're literally like, oh, fuck, that's actually not a bad point. So it's interesting. But it's all about education. Someone came up to me and asked if they should buy a box of Flux. No comment on what I said there. I said, if you want the new PMGs, buy it. No, I didn't say that.
Nah,
Blaze would have said it. I said,
you said don't buy it
because it's shit. No, because it's shit.
Right?
Just right. For Manu. That's actually what I said.
Adam, yes, vendors did price well. I did see some good prices on stuff. There were obviously some vendors, had stuff a bit higher price. That was me as well included. But, if you were willing to have a chat with people, they were also willing to, come to a deal with you, which was good to see. which is what a show is all about for sure. A bit of haggling, bit of bargaining. I had one trade myself where we were trading and we couldn't quite get it over, and I said, "How about if I just throw in $50 cash as well?" And he said, "Yep, no worries. Yep, that sounds good." Threw in a bit of cash, got the trade over the line. You got to be a bit flexible, and that's what I also advised. If you're a vendor, be a bit flexible. Be willing to take $15 off, $20 off. If they're buying 3 or 4 cards, a couple of your singles, and it's take 10% off, take 15% off. Help out the collector, help out the person, and get the deals over the line. And that was the way that I found to be able to get deals over the line. Even when I was not at the table, my direction was to the people that I had looking after the table was, feel free to take, 10, 15, $20 off some of the higher priced items, even up to $40. And, for the lower price items, feel free to take $5 off. That's fine. You want to get some deals over the line. That's what you got to be willing to do. Be a little bit negotiable. That's just my style. But that's because I like to make deals. And, sometimes when you be a bit of a hard nose, unfortunately, when people come to the show, they want to feel like they got a deal. They save $5. It's a bit same like people going to a market. You got to think about that in that same sort of mentality. So, yeah.
It's one of those things too, Source, like we've always spoken about it, and that's why we've actually, me personally, I'm not going to speak for you on this front, but it's like when Sasha T says, like, I'll pay you 70%. So I'm going to sell for 70% of comps because he's trying to offload cards. You know what I mean? Like, I actually look at that and go, well, yeah, I can sell it for 80. Like, I don't have the liquidity like him to go even less, but I'll sell it for 80% of comps, 85% of comps. I was selling some cards there, $30, $35 under what their comps were. Like, that's just what you got to do. Like, I don't see what the big deal is. As long as you're coming out ahead on the card, like, don't get too greedy. You're turning a profit, which,
yeah, you also got to think, you got to take into account if you were selling that on eBay, they're getting stung like 13%. So you got to also take that into account. Plus, if you're doing a few cash deals and it doesn't go through your Square machine or something that's if people know what I'm hinting at here, wink, wink. Yes, you can be flexible. You can be flexible, for sure.
Overall, it was just it was amazing though, Source. It was just honestly one of the best experiences for us personally as a podcast, getting out there and meeting everyone, and just for everyone in the hobby. As I said, it's just absolutely awesome. It was good to have a few people as well that we interviewed in the Magnificent Seven. Actually, being able to see him in person. Oh no, I'll take that. Fuck you. Oh no, why are you here? First of all.
Actually, we love you, Jay, and thanks for coming, mate.
Stick around because you may feature on this show somewhere in probably 10 minutes' time. So please stick around, Jay. Please stick around. But meeting people like Lane, meeting Lane in person was awesome. Like having a chat to him, it was great to catch up with him. Brendan from Mercury, obviously the Cherry Crew was there. Omar from One of One Memorabilia. Who else did we meet? Oh, the Tinky Breaks guys were absolutely awesome. They were set up right next to us, and we got to meet them and had a chat to them. It was fantastic.
OBB collection. Not OBB. What's it? The young lad that done with his old man. Was second time we've met him. He was at Comic Con. Beeble _ trading. I think it is.
Yeah, trading cards.
Yeah.
They were. It's great to see them again. We met them at Comic Con and we had a chat to them there again. Big Three Collectibles, Jack's Collectibles was there. There was a whole bunch.
Eastside Collectibles. There was a whole bunch of people that we had a chat to, and we had a whole bunch of interviews.
Yeah, if we did not get around to you
with a few of these people,
if we didn't get around to you, we apologize because we're under the pump at our table. We didn't expect to be selling as much as we did. We try to get around as much as possible, but it was great to finally meet you all. And obviously, shout out. We've got to give a shout out with shout out to a Jew Source, and that is the MJ trading card. So if you entered in our giveaway, it was at the show. It was exclusive to the show, and they gave us $200 worth of break credit to just put in the free giveaway, along with a whole bunch of Tyson Beck cards, a Vanity Slab, an SGC 10 LeBron Revolution, and of course, your very own, you'll get one of these bad boys, double coverage t-shirts, which is pretty cool. So shout out to them. And maybe some things to come in the future with us in MJ Trading Card Source. So
Yep.
maybe.
So thank you very much. And
But thank you very much.
That was awesome. A winner for that will be drawn over the next few days, and please look out in your email inbox. Also, your junk email, just in case it goes there. Make sure you check in that. We also will make an announcement on our socials that the winner has been drawn, and we'll share that across our Twitter and our Instagram and Facebook, just so people know that it has actually been drawn, and for you guys to actually check your inboxes and see whether you've won.
Definitely. We can bring up the comment. Might as well. The great man. Did you bring it up already? Here he is.
I already brought it up, mate. You just blew it off. You blew it off. You didn't want to accept it. That's all right. You've been called Brad Pitt. You've been called Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem, Justin Bieber. Who else?
Chad Michael Murray. And I'll tell you what, every single one source, I've taken zero offense to that. Zero offense.
I mean, Machine Gun Kelly's probably the worst. That's
yeah. It's the worst until you say Megan Fox, and then you're like, it's not the worst. So, thank you.
We know what Thomas Stiggett is. I'll happily sit in Machine Gun Kelly's seat for a day. No worries.
Exactly right. Thank you very much. So, don't stress. I'll take the Machine Gun Kelly call. Now, a few things before we get to why the second part of the show is called. I hope Manny's still here. While the second half of the show is called BGS, SGC, PSA, or MI. It was intended to be a shout out to the LTB boys, but Immaculate came out for Soccer Sauce. Bang.
Is that on card? Is that mean it's going to be on card, or is that just a graphic?
Just a digital representation. Patch, fatigue. This is just some of the cards that are in there. No, it might be on card because this has got a sticker source.
Wow.
Valverde. This is nice. Kevin De Bruyne, piece of the shoe source with the laces. And then D-Bex, which is pretty cool. If I can get out of this now, I'll check if there's here we go. 5 autograph or memorabilia cards, 2 base cards. Autograph checklist, popular booklet inserts, memorabilia. Doesn't say on card, but it looks like that one is. The Ronaldo booklet's sick, James. It looks so good. So that's that. Then we've got here, Elite also has come out. Here's a few cards in Elite. Thoughts on this product source? Hey, Disney.
I mean, if you get boxes for a reasonable price, maybe worth a fun rip, but don't expect these sort of variants to hold a premium price going forward.
So 2 autos, 8 inserts, and 8 parallels per box.
Yeah, I mean, 2 autos per box is interesting. But what that box is priced at, that will be even more interesting. I mean, I seen
I can find out exactly what it is.
Hobby box hoops now as low as like $300. Trying to get rid of them for $300. They're not selling.
300 US for a box.
Yeah, so what are we looking at here? Probably like 500 a box. No, thank
you. Photo 650 here on the side, 410, 310, 395.
Nah.
Yeah.
One word, mate. Singles. If you're interested in any of the cards in there, pick the variants, pick the guys that you like, go through the checklist. Don't waste your money cracking that box, or you'll end up burning it just like our mate in the chat, Jay, in his fire pit, which he burns a whole bunch of base cards after he'd ripped a box.
It was very funny. James says there's a cool lenticular insert, bit of a 90s throwback.
Yeah, so I'm not saying like the everything, the whole product is rubbish. There's obviously going to be designs in certain products that are good, and you like that insert, and I think that's how you need to target it and and buy the singles and just buy the cards that you want personally, because I just think you're going to make your money as a collector go further. Let's be honest.
100%. All right, Source. Next up, PWCC auction ended. You can have a look at this. Please do when you get a chance. But the Tom Brady rookie auto to 100 BGS 8.5 went for $2 million. Mike Trout refractor rookie auto 528,000. There's a Kobe Bryant patch auto here. Source exquisite 360. 97 Metal Universe, PMG Jordan to 50, 324. Luka the Don, rookie patch auto. He's that combo Jordan Kobe card to 10, BGS 8, 264K. Shadowless Pokemon, 240. We'll get to this in a second. Mickey Mantle, SGC 7, 240. Jay says they weren't base, whole box minus the autograph. Fire.
There you go. Everything, including the refractors. No wonder Franco in there, Jay, or what?
It's all a pile of ash now.
He's the next big thing, apparently.
He's Giannis rookie patch order to 25, BGS 8, 180K. And there's a whole bunch of other cards. Joey B, another Shadowless Charizard for 156, and so on and so forth. So definitely get on there, have a look. But this is what we're covering, Source. Not F1. This bad boy. I know we haven't put any of this stuff up on the page for a very long time. Card porn. Yes, card porn. All right. We're not fighting anymore. Well, I like to think we're not. But they put this up. It says these 3 Jordan rookie cards are all supposed to be in genuine mint condition, yet the price differential on each at the latest PWCC marketplace auction is crazy. So, from left to right, for people that are listening and playing along at home, for people here live, from left to right, all gem mint, PSA 10, 240,000, SGC 10, 192,000, BGS 9.5, gem mint, $48,000 Source.
Pretty crazy, firstly, the price differential between the 3.
Your comments, your thoughts, sorry, before I go into some of the comments.
Yeah, I mean, my initial thought is like, seems like good value for BGS. I mean, potentially, if you've got big cojones, crack it open, give it a whirl down at PSA, and you get some lemon who wants to pay 250K. Not bad. Not bad. You are risking a lot. Obviously, if you do get a PSA 9, you're probably in the hole. So, I mean, you would have to have the money behind you or big cojones to give it a shot. But it's pretty interesting. I find the SGC sale there, the SGC 10, close to 200,000, only 50K behind the 50K behind, 48K behind the PSA. I think that's pretty interesting. That just shows me if it was a like a pristine, like their gold label, I would expect it to go for more than the PSA 10.
Probably.
If it's the SGC gold label pristine 10, I'm saying that's going more than 240,000 on an auction comfortably.
Not going to disagree with you. 100% not going to disagree with you.
So I think it's really good for SGC overall in what they're doing, and as we've spoken about, they're hitting balls out of the park. Obviously, they had a bit of a slip up. They own that recently, and we showed it on the show, I think last week or the week before. It is what it is. Every company makes mistakes. We've seen that. It's proven over time. All of them have proved that to us over time. Sorry. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting once you get that back up. We'll go through a few comments, Dom, and there is some really, really interesting comments. Get that zoomed in again. That was good the way you had it. So when you're ready, Dom, we'll go through a few comments and obviously
Right.
people here,
First up,
you've put these out here, so we're gonna have a bit of a scroll through and
100%. You make
have a
them
bit of a chat
public.
about them.
Exactly. Jay says very irrational. SGC 10 is typically a better card than a PSA 10. James says that Jordan PSA card was trimmed by Robert Block, apparently. Interesting.
There we go.
Rob G
Wonder
says
how that-
PSA 10 is what he'd take. His whole collection's PSA, so that makes sense.
Yep, he does say that in a lower comment.
Yep, he does. He says 99.5% of his cards. Yep. Well, the comment here was how much of your collection is slabbed in PSA. It must be great when the majority of your incredibly expensive collection massively increases over the last 2 years because influencers said PSA. Wonder how much of that was discussed by the top of the hobby pyramid. There's probably someone in here that's probably very passionate about this discussion. You may have a comment.
That's an interesting comment, and it's something that, I mean, Doma, if you've listened to us for a long time, it's something that we floated around to people. You know, when obviously big K Perk was getting in front of the camera saying it's PSA. If it ain't PSA, don't bring them my way, and all of that sort of rubbish.
Genuinely marketing 101.
And we seen a bit of it again with a bit of ISA action going on recently, and we pointed it out and referenced back to the whole PSA market push.
That's quietened down a fair bit since that happened because everyone called it out very quickly. Where's all that gone? Buster, we'd like to say, is a friend of the show. We've had him on. He said BGS is the value buy. I completely agree. I think it is.
Yep, exactly. I agree with you, Buster.
Trap Lord cards. I'm buying that BGS and cracking. This
There
is
you go.
someone
He's
that
got
we
big
may know.
cojones. Trap Lord. That's Coop. That's Coop.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Coop.
Is that one Coop?
Maybe it's not.
No, it's
that's
not.
him.
He's a different one.
Okay.
He's a different one.
There's
There's
two.
two. There's two.
There's two. Okay.
Then we've got the great man here.
Here he is.
Great man. You still in? You still watching? The great man.
The Card Messiah _19
Messiah.
on IG.
He said if a Henry Matisse has a $5 frame from IKEA, is it not still a Matisse? It is irrational that 80 cents of plastic can magically change the price of a 15-cent piece of paper. You're mad bonkers, completely off your head, but I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are. Lewis Carroll quote. Not going to disagree with you because someone may or may not agree with you further on along. Big boy movement, SGC with the laughing face. Now, this is the comment. This is from Eric Myers from Pwcc himself, Howley Hustle. I bought a true Gem Plus with 10 centering on memory lane last night for 72K. So I would rather have 3 BGS 9.5 True Gem Plus with 10 centering for 216K instead of 1 SGC 10 for 195K or 1 PSA 10 for 280K. This is really a matter of, are you buying the card or the holder? Some people buy the holder and don't really care and how it looks. I buy the card after all. I collect cards and not holders. That being said, I have 8 BGS 9.5s. I do like the stable value for SGC though. PSA 10s have dropped from the average of 335 to 270K in 2 months. Oh, look at the next comment. I didn't even see this before.
There we are. There they are.
Hey, I'm telling you, here's the free marketing, all right? If it ain't ISA, don't bring it my way. There you go. Now, fucking give me the bag of $250,000 ISA grading. Help fund the show. There you go. There's your free promo. SGC was the best. The cheap one, because it's cheap, the price cards. Blindside PSA all the way. Mr. Corkings, which is Matty Tay, PSA 1 looks off center. Does to me, just a little bit. From our left to right there. It's quite off center. What else we got here? GMA would smoke all these prices.
That's a good comment. I like that.
I love PSA and SGC, but BGS is so disrespected at this point. Now, this is an interesting comment. I'm not, no disrespect to this person. I won't mention the account just in case like they do take some freaking offense to it. But regardless of BGS is disrespected at the moment means fucking nothing. It actually means nothing. That's just, they're disrespected as a company, and the value of their cards is because you don't like the company, so it's driven down. It just shows the narrative that if you really like a grading company more than another, that's how it enhances the value. So technically, everyone's a hypocrite. So it's got nothing to do with the company. It just comes down to personal preference. That's literally the way we're dealing with it. So you actually don't care who grades it, the history behind the grading company, if they've done shady activity, nothing. You don't actually care about any of that. It's just the fact that because it gets a 10, it's worth more in that piece of plastic. Honestly, this post is great by Card Porn. I'll give him credit for this. It actually is, because it actually shows the true reflection of people in the hobby, how they think. And don't want to toot our own horn, but it just proves that everything that Sauce and I have been saying is literally on the money. Just because you want something to succeed in the hobby, it will. And in turn, if you want to see something fail, like certain grading companies, you just shit on them. Even that, the companies that you love, like these two especially at the moment, you don't like BGS. You shit on BGS. This is the perfect example. You shit on BGS, and now their prices are starting to tank because you don't like them anymore.
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, we've gone like too far in forgetting what we're actually collecting, and what we're here for. We're here for the card.
We're actually here for that. This square here, literally. Jay's put a comment. If you put a Toyota engine in a Ferrari shell, is it a Ferrari? That's PSA.
Oh my god! But it's just crazy, Domino.
No, but it's actually
we speak about it quite a bit. We've spoken about it numerous times and gone over, just people completely disregarding it. And I agree with Howley Hustle, Eric Myers for sure on his comment. I think he nails it on the head. I would rather have 3 of the copies of the card than 1 copy of the PSA 10. Give me 3 BGS 9.5s.
Yeah,
and you could pick off some good ones. You could pick up some quality BGS 9.5s that may potentially have a chance to cross over. Even though I think it's crazy, I think it's nuts that we're completely disregarding. Even though we know that BGS has a good grading standard. In my opinion, a more fairer sort of grading range, because you've got the half grades, you've got the sub grades. There's a bit more information behind it. They have an 8.5 and they have a 9.5.
Yeah.
So there's consistency. There's consistency. You could say that. But it's like they're disregarding the whole history of Dr. Beckett, the whole history of the company Beckett, just because of their actions over the last 2 years. And we're not advocating that their actions have been good. They've been fucking miserable. Terrible. The way that they've progressed, and the way that they just took so long to shut down things.
Man, we could talk about this forever, though, Sauce, because genuinely, this comment opens up another can of worms. He says SGC all day, every day, as it's a pop 18 and only 1 gold label. So this is the thing that's so fucked about it. I want the SGC 10 of this card because its pop is 18, which is 300 and whatever less than PSA. But there's still 10 in a pop. There's still 300 in a pop in a PSA 10 in their pop. I look at the overall thing. I don't look at the fact that, it's rarer because there's less SGC.
That's just stupidity. No, I'm not going to straight out. I'm going to say that to that account there.
It's actually dumb.
Said that. That's actually stupidity. That is straight up a dumb comment.
Lamont.
It doesn't make sense. It's like we're talking about. We're forgetting. Once again, I'll bring it back to you. What we're here for. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Collecting cards. Yeah, the thing behind the plastic, not that piece of plastic. Yeah. I'm just saying it's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts. In my
Yeah, look at
opinion, Doma.
this.
But
This is
it's
funny.
it's
Some
a
people
really
calling him
good
out on it.
yeah, it's a really good post. Go check it out. We're
I
probably
love
going
it.
to move on now. Go
Yeah, we
check it
are. We
out.
are. We're done. We're done
Um,
and dusted here anyway.
and
So
read some of the comments. We thought the comments was, some of them were interesting, and we wanted to go through them. Something a bit different. But yeah, drives good discussion. And as I say, just to end it, we are collecting cards, not pieces of plastic. We just put it in the pieces of plastic to essentially supposed to protect the card, right? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Jay. I wouldn't be surprised.
bring it up. The counter owns multiple SGC 10s. It's all a pump job. Everything's a pump job. Apparently. All right, come on. Saucy Smoky. Let's finish off
All
the
right.
show.
Finish off the show. Finish off strong. Saucy Smoky for another week. Something a bit different, Dom. I was just having a look through the latest Mosaic set and just going through and just having a look. And what caught my eye was the Mosaic Genesis. I think they're pretty cool. I'll bring up the set. So here's the set in the Mosaic in the Genesis. You can get all of these in every variant in the Genesis, every guy. But the two sets that I'm talking about in particular is the all-time greats Genesis set and the Finals MVP Genesis set. So the Finals MVP has got KD, LeBron, Dirk Nowitzki, Kawhi, and Shaq. So there's only 5 in the Finals MVP set. And then the all-time great set, it's got Charles Barkley, Tony Parker, Kevin Garnett, Hakeem Olajuwon, Paul Pierce, Steve Nash, T-Mac, Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, Vince Carter, Gary Payton, Allen Iverson, Jerry West, Jason Kidd, Larry Bird, and that rounds it out. So they're not too expensive. So I'll bring up some prices. So here's like the Larry Bird, 55 US, the Paul Pierce, 35 US, Tony Parker, 10 Canadian dollars. That's just crazy. Tim Duncan, $60, Magic Johnson, $60, Steve Nash, $30. This is all US, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm reading out. AI here, $75, so that's probably one of the more expensive ones. T-Mac, $56. So in my opinion, it's not too expensive.
The Finals MVP one's a little bit more expensive, source by the looks of things.
Yeah, well, because it's
LeBron. LeBron is.
LeBron is expensive. The rest aren't that expensive.
KD's not bad. The Shaq's sick.
Yeah, so here's the Finals MVPs. He's obviously the LeBron here. We'll bring it up. Last sold's on the LeBron 360, but then there's the KD here, which I'll bring up. And the last sold on that was 115. The Dirk Nowitzki, 135. Also the Kawhi, 115. So pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool set. And obviously these are shorter print. I wouldn't say these, I don't know what the print is on these, but I would say I wouldn't imagine it to be maybe more than I don't know. I'm going to say a number. I don't really know. Maybe 300-400. I don't think there would be two more than that. So I think more, if you obviously want a rarer one, you're probably going to have to go down the grading space. But then once again, I just called grading a whole sham. So in my opinion, in terms of not a whole sham, but a whole sham in terms of, we're collecting cards, not the plastic. I think these are a reasonably priced variant, new set, readily available at the moment. Obviously, if there's a guy there that you like, buy one, stash it away, put it in the collection. Maybe if it's good, you grade it. Ends up being half decent of a turnaround, or find a guy that you like and add it to your collection. For me, it will be literally adding the Magic Johnson to the collection first off, and then from there, maybe looking at trying to complete the all-times great set, and maybe the finals, the finals MVP. Maybe I'll see, but yeah, I've just got one more other set to work on before I move on to this, but I'll probably try to lock up the Magic Johnson just to have that in the collection at least, and then move on from there. But yeah, that's Saucy Smoky for this week.
What's up, Hawaiian Jeweler? Sauce. Thanks for turning me on to Vanity Slabs. They're great. You're welcome. Based in Hawaii, I'm assuming. Yeah, feel free to DM Henry down at Vanity Slabs and say that we got you
Double
interested.
Coverage sent you.
Yeah, be nice. Yeah, thank you. They are really good. We had some of them at the show and stuff, and a Hawaiian jeweler. We might have to catch up, man. I'm coming to Hawaii in a month's time, so a month and a half, month and a bit, something. And catch up, mate. You know we're gonna have to do an episode from Hawaii.
That'll be good.
There you go. Signed up as an official partner, mate. Look at that.
Beautiful.
That's
what we
awesome.
Like to see.
That's good. Oh, look who's here.
There he is. None other than the man from MJ Trading Cards himself. Big Jono.
Thanks
Massive
again, mate.
Weekend.
Now that you're here, thanks again for the break credit as well for the giveaway. We really do appreciate it. We gave you a nice shout out before in the show. So thank you. Hope you had fun. We know we definitely did at the Hobby Hangout. It was actually awesome. Hawaiian Jeweler says, sold 50 of them already on Whatnot. Awesome. That's great. Congrats, man. That's fantastic. Henry and Craig run an absolute fantastic business down there, Vanity Slabs. Jono says, I'm so happy I won it back. It's not rigged, mate. You're not getting shit. You know what's funny? Just imagine he scans and he actually wins. We're too honest of guys to like. We're not rigged. We've never rigged anything. So it's just
remember when that happened? Remember that when that happened with you when you won the giveaway, and then
I did win
had
a
to
giveaway.
redraw it. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's fine. Shit happens. So there you go. MetaZoo and Yu-Gi-Oh community love the slabs.
The Tupperware container of slabs, mate. It's a brilliant idea. Can't talk highly enough of Henry and the team down there at Vanity Slabs. Brilliant product.
I am not sure if we follow you or if you follow us. I'm not sure. It's the first time we've seen you in the live. So not for anything, follow you back. And dead set, man. Like when I'm in Hawaii, feel free. We can catch up. Have a beer together, mate. Be awesome. Have a chat. All right, Source. Great app. Thanks, everyone, once again. Yes. I'm not going to disclose what the purchase was. That's up to the discretion of him. But yes, very lovely purchase made. Very, very lovely at the Hobby Hangout. He's a great man. He's 100% satisfied. And so are we, Source. 86 episodes down, 14 to go to the big ton. Raise the bat at the 100 very soon. But thank you, everyone, for jumping in. We do appreciate your time. It is on a different day. We usually do this on a Wednesday. If you are new to the show, this usually comes out on a Wednesday. I'm in Nevada, 9th Hawaiian Island. Yeah. I get it. Not going to happen. Manny going back to bed. It's now 5 a.m. You peanut. You're going to be up in literally 2 hours just so
you're crazy, Manny.
Just so you can just start talking to me again, bro. You're going to be up in 2 hours.
I love it.
Because he's going to have about 400 F1 questions for me tomorrow. All right, guys. Thank you. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. It's double coverage. I'm Dom with the great man Source. Peace.
Imagine.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double coverage.